Hey guys, so today I'm going to be showing you how to make these snowmen, which were designed by me. Um, yeah, this guy's actually the one I like the most of all of them. I did their faces kind of weird. I feel like he has the best face. But I have these two, and this is how I'll be showing you how to make them. I'll just be showing you the snowman and then the scarf because I have done like different accessories on them. This guy had a hat, but I lost the hat, and I tried to find the hat, but I don't know where it went. So you could totally add stuff to them. I made this one like earmuffs they're supposed to look like. But yeah, and then this was one I made before making this tutorial to make sure I remembered how to make the snowman. And I gave her a bow, but I haven't glued the mouth on yet just because I just haven't. I just keep forgetting. But yeah. But I'll be showing you how to make the snowman and then the hat. I think these two are the final, like, on how the body looks, because for some reason, for a while, I was like, did I do the pattern right? And then I tried to do it two different ways, and if you notice, their butt, like, the bottom part of their butts is wrong. And yeah, so this is the final version, I guess. But yeah, I'll be showing you how to do the scarf and then this, but what I like about this design is you could totally add whatever you want to it. You could, give him a different hat or not put the scarf. You could add arms. So I feel like there's a lot, like, of different things you could do with these snowmen, but yeah, I think that's it. The pattern should be in the description and band count and everything. I don't know how many bands it takes right now. I forgot to calculate before I started filming. But yeah, everything should be in the description. But yeah, I'm just gonna get started. Oh yeah, you're also gonna want a hook, of course. And just realized I forgot a C-clip. Okay, so sorry for that awkward bit there. I was gonna be like, you need a C-clip, and then I realized I don't have a C-clip, but yeah, you're gonna need a C-clip or something to mark your rows with. Like I said, the hook, you don't need a double-ended hook. I saw someone ask me that once. You just need any hook. I just like using a double-ended hook because I'm used to using it. You're gonna want something for the eyes. I'll be using beads. I already have them on the bands. And yeah, so you're gonna need, of course, white for the body, and I guess get all the colors you want. You can kind of see what you need. And yeah, I think I'm gonna get started. So we're gonna start with the body because I think that's what we're gonna need first. I'm just picking up bands. Okay. So to start, let me focus it. Okay, so to start, you're just gonna wrap a band around your hook 3 times. And then if anyone wants to get ahead, you're gonna put 5 loops in this cap band, but I'll show you what I mean by that. Just wanted to say that in case anyone already knows what I'm doing. So of course, the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna get another band and you're gonna pull through everything on your hook. You're gonna put both ends back on, and then you're gonna push the back one over the front one, and that's a stitch. So you're gonna do this 4 more times. So you're gonna go back in the cap band, and you're gonna want to make sure you go through all 3 loops. You're gonna pull it through just the cap band. You put both ends back on, you push the back one over the front one. Oops. And then you push the leftover band from last time over too. And you're going to do that exact thing 3 more times. So you just go through the cap band, pull the band through, both ends back on, push the back one over the front one, and then you put that other band over. And I just need to do this 2 more times. Like that. And now we're going to, okay, so you should have 5 bands, so I'm going to count first. So you count the one on your hook, so you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you're just counting these loops in case you couldn't see what I was doing. So yeah, it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And once you have 5, instead of going back into the cap band, you're going to go into this first loop here. You're going to do the same thing. Pull a band through just that loop. Well, the loop we picked up. And then you put the back one over the front one, and you put that other one over. And now you're going to put a C-clip on this to mark your rows. Like that. So now we're going to be increasing everything. So what that means is instead of putting 1 in every loop, we're going to be putting 2. So we're going to go back into this first loop because it already has 1 in it. So you go back in, you're going to do another one, you're just going to make a stitch, That's an increase. So basically what an increase is you just go into each one of these loops and you put 2 all the way around. Oops. So I'm just going all the way around and I'm just making 2 stitches in every single loop until we get back to the C-clip. Okay, so oops. And then once you get back to where the C-clip is, you're just going to go through that loop, make a stitch like normal, and then move the C-clip up. And after that last row, you should have 10 loops now, so I'll just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now for the next row, we're going to be increasing every other loop, so we'll skip one and we'll only do 1, and then the next one will be increasing, so you put 2. And I also have this written out in like the normal pattern terms, I guess, in the description, because I finally figured out how most loomers write down their patterns. So if you get confused, I have it down there. So yeah, so this one's going to have 1 in it, because we're increasing every other, so 1, and then the next one we're going to do an increase, so we put 2. Like that. And then the next one you're going to do 1. And then this, my hand's sweaty. Sorry. So I did 1, so the next one I'll put 2. And you just keep doing this until you get back to the C-clip. So you're alternating between increasing and not increasing, I guess. So I just increased, so I'm going to just do 1. And then on the next one I'll do 2. Then we're going to do 1. And the next one we'll do 2. And now I need to pick up more bands. Once you get back to the C-clip, you'll just move it up. I still have to do one more, but I just thought I'd say that. So you just go through the one with the C-clip and you move it up. And after this row, you should have 15. So let me count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So now we're going to be doing 2 rows with no increasing, so just 1 in every loop all the way around for 2 rows. So you can go do that, but I'll stay on camera. Oops, I just dropped a band. But I'll stay on camera and do the 2 rows. And yeah, I have a feeling this is going to be a long tutorial just because it's a lot of increasing and decreasing. Not because it's hard, just so much increasing and decreasing. So like I said before, you're just putting 1 in every single loop all the way around until you get back to the C-clip. So you're just going in every loop and just doing 1. And we do this for 2 rows, so if you want to get ahead, you can do that. So I'm just going around putting 1 in every loop. And after these 2 rows, you should still have 15. I always feel like it sounds like I'm heavy breathing in tutorials because like whenever I talk, I forget to like breathe. So then when I do breathe, this camera like picks it up, and I'm like, sounds like I'm heavy breathing, because with my other camera, because I switched cameras, it would literally, like, it would barely pick up my voice, so you couldn't hear anything else. But I think this one has a better microphone, so like it picks up more. But yeah, almost done with the first row. Wow, I only had one left when I ran out of bands. Once you get back to the C-clip, you just move your C-clip up, and if you count after this round, you should still have 15. I'm not gonna count because I know I still have 15, but if you want to double check to make sure you didn't accidentally increase anywhere, just count all your loops and you should still have 15. But I'm gonna go ahead and just do another row. So just putting one every single loop until you get back to the C-clip. I really wanted to make a top hat for the snowman, but like I still haven't figured out how to do that yet. But if I do figure it out, I'll probably post a tutorial so that way, like, if you wanted, you could make a top hat for your snowman. I just figured, like, because I kind of like how mine look with just the scarf, that I'll make a tutorial for basic snowman and just scarf. But if I do figure out how to make a top hat, you'll probably see it on Instagram first. I don't know why, like, whenever we think snowmans, we just think top hats. Yeah, this is definitely going to be a long tutorial. I'm just looking at how many rows we have to go, and I'm like, oh my gosh. I feel like it's also because I usually don't stay on camera for the full time. Like, there's always, like, some bit that I could usually go off camera and be like, just keep doing rows, but, or, like, it's so small where it doesn't really take that long. But with this one, I have to be on camera, like, the whole time. I'm just picking up bands. I only had one more. Okay, so after this row, you should have 15, like I said before, but because I know I have 15, I'm not really going to count. But if you want, just count your loops, you should still have 15. And I'm going to check something on my instructions really quick. Okay. Also, if you see this on my hand, it's not anything, it's paint. I just realized when I went off camera, I was like, honestly, if it's anything on my hand, it's probably paint. But now we're going to be decreasing every third stitch. So what that means is we're going to do 2 with just 1 in it, and then on the third one we'll do a decrease. So this one's 1, so the next one's going to be 2. And then on this next one we'll do a decrease. So what a decrease is you grab the front part of the first loop and the back part of the next loop, and then you just pull a band through this and make a stitch. Like that. And that's a decrease. So we'll be decreasing on the third. I feel like it's kind of hard to see what I'm doing because it's white, so let me see if I can focus it more. But yeah, so I'll decrease on the third. So you do 1, 2, and then on the third one you do decrease, so grab the front one of the first loop. Oh my gosh. Front one of the first loop, back part of the next loop, you make a stitch. And you just do this till you get back to the C-clip. So 1 and 2, and then decrease, so front part of the first loop, back part of the next loop, and then 1, 2. And then we'll be doing a decrease. So we're going to decrease on the one with the C-clip, but just do it and then just put the C-clip on this one. And then we'll just move the C-clip up onto this one. Like that. And after this row, you should have, so I think it's 11. So let me count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So you should have 11 loops. So now for the next row, we will be decreasing every other stitch. So it's just like the increasing thing, but this time we're decreasing. And once again, I'm just picking up bands. So yeah. So we'll be decreasing every other. So this last one was a decrease. So we go into the next one, we do just one stitch like normal. And then the next one we do a decrease. So you grab the front one of the first loop, back one of the next loop. Then we just do a stitch. Then we decrease again, because we're decreasing every other loop. And you just do this till you get back to the C-clip. And it's kind of hard to show you what I'm doing because it gets a little tight here. Dropped half of it. And then on this next one, we're supposed to do a decrease, but because we're at the C-clip for this row, what I do is I'll usually just do like a stitch and then move it up, so I don't decrease. So you're supposed to decrease on the one with the C-clip, but don't. Just move it up like normal and don't decrease. Like that. So now if you count, you should have 8 loops. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that's actually the head's completely done. So now we're going to start doing the body. I need more white. So now we're going to be increasing again. So I'll be increasing every other stitch. I'm kind of trying to make sure my instructions are correct. So we'll be increasing every other stitch for 2 rows. I think. I'm pretty sure. Okay. So this is 1, so on the next one we'll be doing an increase. And once again, an increase is just, instead of putting 1 in a loop, you put 2. So, like that. And then the next one we'll do 1. And the next one we put 2. Because we're increasing. So, just like last time where you're decreasing every one other stitch, now you're increasing every other. And you just do 1. Then increase. One. And then an increase. Like that. And then when you get to the C-clip, like I said before, you just move it up. And after this row, you should have 12 loops, so I'll count them right now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Like that. And once again, we'll be increasing every other for the next row. I don't know if I'm going fast because like I'm looking at the time and I'm like, oh my god, I don't know if I'm going fast, but I think it's just because the increasing and decreasing is kind of repetitive, so I'm not explaining it as in depth as I would. Like I explain it, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. But yeah, we're just increasing every other. So this one was a normal one, so the next one we do an increase. Oh my gosh, I'm dropping my bands. And then you do 1 normal. Then we increase. I'm not really explaining much because I feel like we already did this the last row, so I think you know what you're doing. It's kind of hard to see what I'm doing here because it's kind of tight still. Almost there. And then you just move your C-clip up once you get to that. Then I'll show you how to count. So after this row of increasing, we should have 18. So if you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So you should have 18 loops now. And now it gets a bit repetitive because you're just going to be doing 3 rows all the way around, no increasing, just putting 1 stitch in every loop until you get back to C-clip. And you're going to be doing that for 3 rows, and after each of those 3 rows you should still have 18. I think I'll stay for 1 row and then I'm going to go off camera and do the other. So like I explained, you're just going into every loop and you're just putting 1 stitch in it. Oops. But yeah, I think I'm going to go off camera because there are a lot of loops and it's like I loom slower on camera. So you're just putting 1 in every loop until you get back to the C-clip. I think it's kind of weird that I'm like doing the snowman tutorial like finally in August because I know, like I was thinking, well, maybe I should wait till Christmas time and then release it around there, but I already know because I'm going to have finals around that time that I'm not going to have time, so I'm kind of going to be releasing a couple Christmas designs. Well, it's this one and then a gingerbread sometime this month because I just want to have them out, make sure they're out by Christmas, but yeah. Because I know around Christmas I'm going to have like finals and then I'll be finishing people's gifts. And I just won't have time. I'm almost at the C-clip. I need 1 more. And then you're just going to move your C-clip up. And after this row, you should still have 18. So if you want to make sure that you didn't increase anywhere, just go back and count and you'll have 18. But I'm going to go off camera for the next 2 rows because I feel like this tutorial will be so long. But you're just doing the same thing. You're putting 1 in every loop until you get back to the C-clip for 2 more rows. So for a total of 3 rows. We already did 1, so 2 more. And then come back when you've done those rows and I'll tell you what to do next. Okay, so I just finished doing the 3 rows, just putting 1 in every loop all the way around, and I still have 18, and this is what my snowman looks like at the moment. And believe it or not, we only have 3 rows left, so... Wait, do we have 3 rows left? No, we don't. I write confusing instructions, 1 minute. Never mind, I think we have like 4 rows left. Yeah. So this row we're going to be decreasing every third again, and my camera's not focused. There we go. So this is 1, so 2. And then on the third we'll do a decrease. So what that means is you grab the front one of the first loop, the back one of the next loop, and then you just pull the band through and make a stitch. And you do this all the way around until you get back to the C-clip. So you go 1, 2, and then on this third one you do a decrease. And you just keep doing that, like I said, till you get back to the C-clip. So 1, 2, and then a decrease. And then 1, 2, and we do a decrease. That's 1, 2, and then on this one with the C-clip, we're just gonna do a decrease. So just do it like normal. Just ignore the C-clip and just do a decrease. And then move the C-clip up onto this band. Like that. And after this row, you should have 13. So if you count them, you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So you have 13 loops. Now we will be doing the same thing because we're doing this for 2 rows, decreasing every third. So we just do the same thing again. He looks kind of funky right now, but I'm positive this is the right pattern, so he'll probably look okay in the end. Yeah. So we just did a decrease, so you're going to do 1, 2, and then on this next one you do a decrease. And you just do that till you get back to the C-clip. So 1, 2, we do a decrease. And 1. Was that just 1? Yeah. 2. Decrease. And then once you get to the C-clip, you'll just move it up because I'm almost there. So you'll just pull a band through and move it up. Like that. So now we're going to be decreasing. Actually, you might want to stuff him right now. Now is probably a good time to stuff him. So to stuff him, you can take your hook out. The C-clip will hold it as long as you don't pull on it too much. And I'll be using cotton ball to stuff him, so just gonna get some. I need to stuff him. It's kind of hard to put the stuffing all the way to his head because it's like that awkward gap. You just kind of have to push it in. There we go. Oh my god, I need so many more cotton balls. I did not bring enough. Oh wait, I have more. I swear on my desk I always have like a bunch of just random cotton balls because I always do tutorials here. Yeah. More cotton balls. I always feel bad tearing cotton on camera because I always know that some people hate this, but I forgot to do it before today, so... Like, I know my aunt used to hate it when I was at her house looming, and then I'd start tearing cotton, so... Sorry if you hate this. But... I think I have too many cotton balls now. Stuffing him. Just need a tiny bit more. That. I'm going to put a little bit more because I know we're about to close up, but I feel like he's going to need a tiny bit more. Okay. So once you've stuffed him, now we're going to do the next row, and with the next row is we're going to be decreasing every other stitch. So it would be 1, and then you do a decrease. Picking up bands again because I took all the bands off my finger when I was going to stuff him. But yeah, you'll just put your hook back in where that C-clip is. And also, I never really realized that you could probably put your C-clip in the wrong way, but the loops will look like they're going towards it, and you put your hook in that way. I realized that when I was looming with my sister the other day and she put her hook back in backwards. I was like, I forget that's a thing you could do, but yeah. Anyways, so like I said, we'll be decreasing every other, so this is 1, so on the next one's a decrease. And then you do 1. And then you do decrease. Then you do another 1. Then a decrease. Then 1. And then again on the C-clip, you're going to have to do a decrease and just decrease on it. So decrease on where the C-clip is. And actually, after this one, we can take the C-clip out. So you can just take it out. I didn't finish doing my decrease, but it's fine. So after this row, I believe you should have 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But if you have one more, honestly, on this row, it does not matter too much because now we're just going to be decreasing everything until he's closed. So just going to go to the next one. You're going to do a decrease. Go into the next one. You do a decrease, but so I think he's closed. So how I close him is I'll pick up the last decrease I'm going to do, and then I'll just pull a band through everything on my hook, both hands back on, back one over the front one, and then I'll pull this one tight. And then you just tuck your tail in. Like that. So that is pretty much it for the snowman's body, and I think he looks really weird without a scarf. So I guess we'll make the scarf next. The scarf is pretty easy and it's fast and pretty simple. So I'll be using this whole mix of hippie mix for the scarf. So to start to make the scarf, what you're gonna do is you're gonna get 2 bands and you're gonna wrap them around twice on your hook, like that. And basically what we're just doing is a doubled single chain. So instead of doing 1 band, you're gonna grab 2. So you just grab 2 bands of whatever color you want for your scarf, and you just pull it through like a single chain. And you're just gonna keep doing that 11 times. So it's 1. This is 2. 3. 4. I'm kind of doing it in Rainbow. 5. Oop. I don't know, my thing just like popped something up and I thought it was gonna make me stop filming, but it hasn't made me stop yet, so, but yeah. So yeah, you're just gonna keep doing this 11 times. How many times have I gone? 2, 3, okay, 6, so I need to do 5 more. Actually, I think I'm not gonna do pink. I just decided that I'm gonna do red instead. Okay, so yeah, just same thing. So we're just making a double single chain that is 11 loops long. How many am I at? 1, 2, 3. Wait, that's 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, wait, am I done? 1, 2, 3, 2. Yeah, so that's. Oh, shoot, I messed up. It's actually not 11. It's 22 chains long, so I have to go on for a lot more, and I just realized I don't have enough bands. Okay, so I fixed it to add the pink in, but I can't believe I did that. So yeah, you're going to want to make your scarf 22 double chains long. For some reason, my brain thought it meant, oh, you used 22 bands in total. But no, it's 22 chains long. So let me count how many I have. So 1, 2. Okay, so that's 7. And it's another 7, so it's 14, 15, 16. So this is 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Okay, so this next one should be 22. Yeah, it's 22. Okay, so after you have done a 22 chain of doubled, like a doubled single chain, I guess, what you're going to do is you're going to get 2 white bands, and you're going to double them on your hook, and then you're going to get a band that's your scarf color, and you're going to pull it through everything on your hook, back, and then you're going to put both ends back on, and then you're just going to do the back one over the front one and tie it tight. And then what I'll usually do is I'll just hide this tail up in the single chain. So I'll just go through the middle. So these single chains, and I'll just pull this in so that way no one can see it. Kind of did a bad job pulling it in, but like that. And then there's your scarf. And then how I tie the scarf on the snowman, it's actually really simple. You just wrap it around. And then wherever they kind of meet up, I'll just put my finger through, and I'll just push the other end of the scarf through this loop. And then you just kind of tug on it, and then he has a scarf. So scarf's really easy to do. So next we'll do the face. No, we'll do his buttons next. So what you're going to do for the buttons is you're going to get whatever color you want for the buttons. I did black on this dude, like his, I don't know what they are, I guess they're buttons. But on this dude I did purple, so whatever color you want. And you're just going to wrap it around your hook 4 times. And then you get a white band, and you pull it through. And this is also another way you could do eyes if you don't have beads. I'll be using beads, like I said before, but if you don't, that's how you could do them. And then to attach this, we're just going to go through where we want the button to be on our snowman. And then you pull one end through, and then you put the other end on, and you just slip knot it in, and then hide the tail. Oh my gosh. Like that. And we're going to do that again, so you just wrap a back band on your hook 4 times. I just realized it's blurry. And then you pull a band through everything. And then we'll slip knot this into our snowman. So I'll just pick a spot. No, that's going to be too close. Put it down here. Like that. Like that. The band's kind of twisted, but I'll fix that later. Yeah. But that's how you do the buttons. And the last thing we'll be doing is the face. So what I'm going to do first is I'm actually going to do the nose first, because I think that's probably a good place to start, so I know where to put the eyes. And what you're going to do to make the nose is you're going to get a band. You're going to cap it on, well, you're going to wrap it around your hook 4 times. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then what you're going to do is you're going to get a band, and you're going to double it. And you're going to pull that cap band onto this doubled band, and it's kind of really tight. So it should look something like this. Then you're going to do that again, so you're going to get a band, double it. You're just going to slide that onto the doubled band, and that's your nose. And then you're going to get your snowman color, pull the nose onto that band, and we're just going to attach it just like we did the buttons, where you pick a spot, and then you slip knot it in. So I'm going to go right here, and then slip knot it. tie, pull that in. Like that. And last thing to do is to put the eyes. And the eyes are done the same way, where you kind of just pick a spot you like and you slip knot them in. I don't feel like there's much to explain on this because it's kind of like you have to pick where you want the eyes. And I mean, if you don't like it, you can always move your eyes, which is nice. You just undo the slip knot. You can move them wherever you like. Gosh, I'm having so many problems tucking this in. Yeah, like that. I'm trying to figure out where to go on the other side. Where it would be like directly across from that. We'll go like right here. Just slip knot it in. One thing I do though is I kind of like tie the eyes and nose on the same line, if that makes sense, like the line of bands. Because I like how that looks. Like if you look at my oh god, I never put the, well actually his eyes are fine. But if you notice they're kind of like all in line. Same thing with this dude's. But yeah, I actually glued on the mouth, so if you wanted to do a mouth, you could glue one on, like I did with a hot glue gun. Or another thing you could do is you could just cut a band and then pull it in, and it'll probably look like a mouth. I could show you how to do that, actually. Okay, so I got a black band, and all I did was cut it. And then this is another way to do a mouth that I kind of like. So you're going to pick where you want the mouth. You're going to pull, like, some of it in. You'll go around to the other side. And pull some more of it in. And oh gosh. Okay, it looks like he has such a small mouth, but yeah, that's one way to do a mouth. You can make it look a little wider if you wanted. I'm probably going to take it out though and I'll glue it on because I prefer how it looks glued. But that's a way to do a mouth on your snowman if you wanted. But yeah, that's all I'm going to show you. If you wanted to do any accessories on him, I figured you could figure it out. Also, if you did want your snowman to have arms, you could probably do doubled bands like we did the nose. And then just like make them longer and attach them if you're interested in doing that. But I think that's it for this tutorial. So, if you make any of these snowmans, definitely tag me on Instagram. I would love to see how yours turn out and how you decide to like attach different things to them and all that. Subscribe if you want to see more tutorials from me. I am working on more tutorials, and soon there'll hopefully be a gingerbread tutorial, because that's the next Christmassy thing I'm making. But yeah, I think that is it. So, bye.